do you keep a prospect engaged? You know, when you're prospecting, you're making calls to people. They're not expecting your call. So it undoubtedly takes several conversations over the period of days or weeks or even months to really take that prospect to becoming a customer, right? What do you need to do? I'm going to walk you through 10 steps you need to do. My name's Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. I put new videos out like this each week. Number one, connect each conversation. Now, each conversation is not just a phone call, but it's also voicemail, email, whatever form of communication you do. What do I mean by this? This means you take what you learned on a previous call and you play it back to them, and you get them to build on it. You ask them more information. This keeps them engaged because now they're saying, you're listening, you're paying attention, you value my opinion. Two, that's right, value their opinion. What does this mean? This means you ask them, hey, I want to get your opinion. I want to get your point of view. You must ensure that you're always getting their opinion and their view, because what many times happens is we wind up just getting blank statements back from them. I want to get deeper than that. In the prospecting phase, that's information you want to uncover, because it's going to help you close really without having to discount, because you're going to know truly where they're coming from. Number three, always build value. Each time you communicate with them, and again, whether this be email, phone call, whatever, you ABV, always build value. You share with them a new piece of information. You link back to something they shared with you, but you help them see why what you're offering them, how you're helping them, is going to help them become better. Remember, the goal of sales is to help others see and achieve what they didn't think was possible. And you start this during the prospecting phase. Number four, ask questions. Never, ever have a communication of any form with your prospect without asking questions. And asking questions that are focused on them and their needs and where they're coming from. And whatever they share with you, make sure you ask them a follow-up question. And you see what's very interesting? This allows you to have material and information to come back and do what I said was number one, connect each conversation. Number five, bring new insights. Now, is this different from always build value? Yes, it is. Always bring new insights. I was talking to some other customers, and here's what I learned. Or, I just saw this in the news. Here's what's going on in the industry. You're bringing new insights. And what does this do? This is allowing them to see you as a peer. This is allowing them to see you as a subject matter expert. This is allowing them to see you as a partner they can't live without. Because remember, credibility sells. People want credibility. And you bring credibility by bringing new insights. Number six, focus on them. It's never about you. They don't care about all the awards you won. They don't care about the history of your company. They don't care about any of that. All they care about is themselves. Keep your conversation absolutely focused on them. And you know what? They'll be impressed. If they want to know more about you, they can learn that by way of the internet, or they can learn that by asking you. But let them bring it up. Let them ask you about it. You don't be the one that walks around pontificating about how wonderful you are. Number seven, always create high value call to actions. Now, CTA, high value CTA. What is this? This is about every time I communicate with them, I create a next step. High value CTAs are where they're engaged. They have invested in it. In other words, what I'm doing is I'm saying, hey, looking forward to our call next Tuesday at 2 o'clock. Take a look at this document. Let me know your opinion on it before we meet. What are you doing? You're not only creating a CTA, call to action, but you're creating more value by you're getting them to do something for you. I always look for prospects to be doing something for me in between conversations, in between phone calls. This is a way for me to measure how in tune, how focused are they on what I have to offer. If they only engage with me when I start the conversation, or when I engage with them, when I call them, okay, they might be engaged, but I know they're really engaged when they're communicating back to me and they're starting the conversation. Number eight, continuous involvement. You cannot let dry periods occur. There may be a planned 3 to 4 weeks in between calls due to things happening, due to something going on, but that does not mean you stay silent. You must be continually staying in front of them. It may be with an email, it may be with a link to something. You see, this is where you always build value. This is where you bring new insights. This is where you're bringing those things, and it's so critical that you do not allow them to forget about you. But remember, it's not about you, it's about the information that you bring. Number 9, know their needs. Everything you're doing in the prospecting phase is designed to do one thing: know their needs. Everything. And the greater the conversation you have with them, the more in depth you are with them, the greater the level of confidence they'll have with you, and the greater the level of competence they'll feel about you. And guess what? They'll share with you more of their needs. And when you know their needs, you can drill down and really exploit them. Now, not exploit them to take advantage. No, exploit them to fully understand. Don't hesitate to be pushing back, to be pushing, to be prying more. Because remember, with each step, with each phase that you go through, you earn the right, the privilege, honor, and respect to be able to communicate with them again and go deeper. Number 10, be a peer. Don't be a salesperson. Don't be a vendor. Don't be a supplier. You want to be a peer. When you're seen as a peer, they will do business with you and they will treat you with utmost respect. Why? Because they value you. You are seen as a peer when you do steps 1 through 9. I wrote the book, A Mind for Sales. Plenty of information in there. I also wrote the book, High Profit Prospecting. You need to read them both, because sales right now is more important than ever in helping companies, and it starts with prospecting. I'm Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. Great selling.